What up, Dokkanners? We've got more information for the upcoming Dragon Ball Heroes celebration. We got some event information, so we're just going to quickly go over all of that. But first, a couple of things. Number one, just a reminder, in terms of the campaign celebration, the details, all that we know is that the campaign period is from the 21st until the 6th of December, but the start time for the 21st is still unclear. So it could be as early as the stroke of midnight going into the 21st, or it could be the final minute before it becomes the 22nd. There's no way of knowing as of yet. But most people are predicting that basically a couple hours into the 21st, that's when we're going to be starting Pacific time. So if we were to contextualize this from the reference of like the global banner release, my guess would be probably 8.5 hours after daily reset. So about 2 hours, 2.5 hours later than the usual banner time. For JP, it would be probably 6 hours before the next JP reset. That's kind of my prediction, but we will have to wait and see. In the meantime, we will talk about the event details, but also I would like to share my quick thoughts regarding the units, since I didn't really have much time to express my feelings on the units back when I first made the first video. I didn't want the video to be like 50 minutes long. So my overall impressions on these characters are generally very positive. I am looking forward to using these guys. I think the Vegito and the Rose do look pretty good. I had a little bit more time to kind of look over what they do, digest it while I was at the vet this morning because I was taking care of the puppy. And yeah, these units look promising. I know that there's some gripe about the base form Rose, which I understand. But of course, rendering final judgment when we get to see them in action is the most important thing. It is a bummer that there is no big bad bosses. That is a big bummer. The big bad bosses was basically sent over to the FU instead of the Rose, which is a bummer. I think most people will agree that in terms of the ones that receive the short end of the stick, it's the Dark Blue Vegeta and it's the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. These two characters just don't seem to be on the same level as the others. They honestly, even though they're Dokkan Awakened units, they really feel like SSRs. They just feel like their abilities overall just need a little bit more juice, and it's just not there yet. So I don't know. Maybe they were supposed to be, but then they weren't. I don't know what exactly is going on. I'm not feeling as good about these guys, but of course, again, we got to see them in action, and that's when we can really tell whether they're decent or not. FU, I think, has a pretty interesting new mechanic, a support mechanic, depending on how many orbs you pick up. That can influence how many orbs the others get, which is very interesting. So I am actually looking forward to running this guy. He also links, I think, fairly well with Mechikabura, the unit from a few years ago. So that should be a fun big bad boss connection, which is good because that Mechikabura needs to get some more synergy going. Once he gets his EZA, if he has a nice rotation, also with like the Demigra Makiyuka unit receiving an EZA this year, there's going to be a lot of potential in terms of like the support game. And then the returning SSRs getting TURs, both are looking very good. For me, Golden Metacooler looks pretty spectacular. So yeah, I feel like doing I know Mas Ningen's been trying to do the Sin Shenron Birth of the Shadow Dragon event, no item with heroes. I don't know if he was able to complete that before these units are going to be coming out, but definitely it's going to be doable with this guy now getting that major upgrade. So overall, very, very positive. I know you guys already shared your thoughts in the previous video. I will be looking over that, but I just wanted to give mine over here. So now let's go through the upcoming events. The JP and global announcements are basically the same. The only difference was that at the time of release, global didn't receive the red zone announcement. They received it an hour later than everything else for whatever reason. But both versions have all of the same stuff. So there was a little bit of concern about that early on. So we'll start from the burst mode. And I think actually I should pull up another announcement for burst mode because there may be an issue with burst mode that I was unfortunately not expecting. So let's take a look at this burst mode here. Burst mode is coming up. It is for the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku Dokkan event, Vegeta Dokkan event from last year. But the thing is, they don't mention the burst mode coin silver. So they mentioned that the regular burst coin can be used to exchange for the like different Dragon Ball Heroes theme songs. Also, Big Bang Mission. I have a feeling. Okay, so we just recently had the 8-year anniversary debacle where you were able to buy the intro songs and then they removed them. I have a feeling something similar will be happening with this. So if you are planning on buying this song, just do so under the assumption that it's a rental. I don't think it's going to be something that you can keep because this is a licensed song. Super Heart's theme is from the actual like Dokkan event. That's different. That's, you know, already that's in-house. But you bringing in something like this, I'm assuming is going to be nothing more than a rental. So if you are going into burst mode trying to get the coins desperately to get this, just keep that in the back of your mind. But as you can see here, they're listing the burst coin, but they're not talking about burst coin silver. They don't mention that whatsoever, and that's why I was trying to go back to find the other burst mode event that we received. Yeah, so this is for the Majin Buu Candy's Mischief. So we had this back during Halloween, and it was from starting from this that they said they were going to start to do this new burst mode coin silver update, where not only do you receive regular burst coins, which they explicitly list down here, you get a silver version that is obtainable in a finite quantity from the missions. You can use them to get certain skill orbs for the categories. So at the time it was Heavenly Events and Majin Power, and so I was assuming that they would continue the same tradition for Dragon Ball Heroes and maybe like crossover or something. But it seems like, based on the phrasing here, or the lack thereof, there's no word of burst coin silver. So I'm wondering, for Dragon Ball Heroes specifically, will they maybe not do the burst coin silver? I don't know if it's because they've already implemented the update that they just don't feel like needing to specify, but I feel like they should, because they mentioned burst coin regular. So yeah, I think we might be missing out on some of that stuff, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Of course, we will know for sure when we jump into the burst mode campaign events and stuff when it actually starts. That is just burst mode. We've got a few more things here. We've got the Super Strike event renewal for the Tech Xeno Trunks. So this unit is the newest unit to receive the renewal and EZA. There are several units from the Super Strike line that actually are pretty decent. I would argue that the Int 16, the Tech Jackie Chun for starters are two very good ones. I think that there are a couple others, but I can't remember them. But those two are the ones that stand out to me. So I think that there is precedent, there is hope for this guy actually being pretty decent. Let's see what this unit has to offer. This is the only Xenoverse representation in this, I think, in this batch of Hero Celebration. I don't think that there's going to be any other EZAs or anything like that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what this guy can do. There's nothing more on what the unit can do, is there? Talks about time travelers. If you bring time travelers, that's good. So if you guys want to kind of get ready to assemble a team, do so with time travelers. What do we got here? We got a new story event. Ooh, Universe Creation Saga. So this is going to be where the STR Toa comes from. If you guys haven't seen the animation, check out the previous video. They've got some really fluid like hand motions from the free-to-play Toa, which is pretty neat. So yeah, go check it out. I would imagine that some of the units are also going to be awakening from the medals obtainable from this event, because again, we've got so many units that are all receiving Dokkan Awakenings. Some of them don't make sense to receive Awakenings from the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito Dokkan event. This guy getting it makes sense, right? And maybe the Broly would get it too. And then like Dark Blue Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Rose, and FU, maybe these guys can all receive their medals from this event or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. So this is coming up. No additional information. Although on the JP side, they do show the unit. I don't know why there's any, like, what is the point of having this be different? Like, why? Is there any reason for why they need to show here for JP and not for global? I don't know. I don't get that. I don't understand. All right, so that is the story event. Then we've got the Extreme Z area as expected. This is for the upcoming free-to-play EZA Lags. So she is the newest and I think only unit that is receiving an EZA that is free-to-play. I don't believe that there's any other free-to-play Dragon Ball Heroes unit left on the docket to receive an EZA. So I think at this point what's going to happen is every single year we will get an EZA for the previous year, and we will get the New Year's SSR, and then the following year they will receive an EZA as well. Poutine is done. Beautiful Joe is done. What else we got? Oms is done. What other free-to-plays do we have? That's it. Oh, Salsa is done. Oh, Cumber. How did I miss these? Yeah, all of the free-to-plays are done. So the only one that's left would be Lags, which we're getting, and then SSR Toa, which would be next year. Okay. And then the last thing is Red Zone. So Red Zone is coming up next. This is huge because Red Zone was a very welcome surprise last year during the Hero Celebration, the Marquee Challenge event. The good news is they are actually pretty challenging. Probably not on the same level as the other events, obviously, but it is still a fun challenge. So for the missions that we got last year for Red Zone, they weren't anything too specific. I think that's by design because they don't want them to be too specific or perhaps too taxing or too challenging, because these events don't stick around. This Red Zone has not been available since it went away last year from the Hero Celebration. So if you got the missions done then, great. If you didn't, they will be coming back. So the missions will also be back and you can try them again this year. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to give more missions for the older stages and then also kind of give the same like default missions for the newer ones? Because we are going to be getting stages 4 through 6. And as you can see from the image here, that includes Lags, Super Hearts, and is that FU? Which ones No, FU's already been there. So it's going to be Golden Meta Cooler. It's going to be lags and it's going to be hearts. Oh man, that's going to be unfortunate. All the global players will have to watch Hearts do his little like voiceover thing and not actually no, they don't do that in Red Zone. Yeah, never mind. But still, those 3 events are coming up, so we'll have to wait and see what sort of missions they're going to be giving us for it. What sort of missions will they give for the older stages? In general, they just give you the one like Dragon Ball Heroes mission. I don't think they'll do anything more specific than that unless they plan to keep the event around, which is doubtful. So that pretty much wraps up all of the events that are coming up. And then of course the upcoming EZAs, they don't mention it here, but as we've seen in the V-Jump leaks, we know that the EZAs are coming. There are 8 EZAs coming up. So a little bit better than, actually, no, it's the same as last year. So as far as what the units do pre and post EZA, we'll have to wait and see and compare later on. So when we do get that from a data download, I will let you guys know. The data download could be dropping later on tonight. And if that happens, and we still have some ample time before the campaign details arrive, then I will let you guys know. But it is going to be a fun and busy next couple of days, people. Dragon Ball Heroes is about to take over the conversation. So if you guys are Heroes fans, we about to be eating good. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Go into the comments your thoughts on the units that are coming up, your thoughts on the events coming up. Which of the EZAs are you most looking forward to? Which of the Red Zone stages are you most looking forward to? Is it going to be Hearts? Is it going to be Lags? Or is it going to be Golden Meta Cooler? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and Arjumenta Dokkan responsibly.